Lotus is a rebellious brand. We want to do things that no one expects. When we decided to create an all-new electric SUV, we didn't want to follow other people. We want to pioneer, so we have created a hyper SUV.
The challenge to our designers, to our engineers, to our whole team was, what does the world's best electric SUV look like? How does it drive? And what technology will it need? Our whole team around the world has been focused on this challenge from day one.
Launching a new car in a new segment for the brand with a new electric powertrain is no small undertaking. But we're ready. All of the investment and all of the planning that our teams have undertaken in recent years have positioned us perfectly for this challenge.
Because we have a completely new architecture, we're really able to push things forward as Lotus moves into this segment. We looked back at all of our brand heritage and used it as an inspiration to establish exactly how a hyper SUV for Lotus could really feel.
The in-car experience has been designed to provide every passenger in every seat in the car the best possible experience that we can provide.
It has to stand for excellent drivability, beautiful design, and it has to stand for brilliant technology.
We will use this car to demonstrate in the real world our technical capacity as a manufacturer.
And of course, we're Lotus. And during the design, engineering and development, we should never lose sight of the driver.
The time is here. The stage is set. We are ready for the world to meet the Lotus Eletre.
Joining me in this studio is a man who is launching his second car for Lotus in his second year in charge. It's Lotus Cars Managing Director, Matt Windle. Big round of applause for Matt. So, Matt, last summer you launched the Lotus Emira and a two-seater sports car, obviously the last petrol engine from Lotus. But now you're about to show us a fully electric hyper SUV. How does this all kind of fit together?
I think people can start to see the plan from Lotus. You know, when Evija came out in 2019, we said that was the halo product. And that design, that DNA, that ethos in the business has come down through all the cars, and hopefully you'll see it very similar in Eletre later.
Well, yes, I mean, the past three cars, talk us about the relationship between all three. It's not just the style, it's everything.
No, the main thing we concentrate on is it being about for the drivers. So the interior is spot on as far as ergonomics is concerned and the technology that's in there. But you'll see as well the design DNA, porosity, and all of those things coming through for the three cars.
I suppose the question I would want to ask, I mean, if it's driver-focused, is it going to be really fun to drive? Like, how fun are we talking here?
Well, we're calling it a hyper SUV.
I like that.
0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. So I think that's pretty quick.
That sounds
We
very
have
fun.
hypercharging and it's also hyper styling, so you'll see when the car comes out.
Obviously, Lotus have been known for, creating cars that are light, even all the way back to kind of Colin Chapman himself. How have you added lightness to an SUV? How does that even work?
Well, what we've done is we've used our own platform. So it's a bespoke platform that's been designed by Lotus Technology. But as I said, we've got porosity throughout the car. Inside the interior materials where we save weight, we can. So everywhere we can, we're saving weight.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for talking to us. Let's have a big round of applause for Matt Windle. OK, so someone who knows just how important airflow is going to join us now. Please welcome to the stage Formula One world champion and friend of Lotus. Please welcome Jenson Button. Well, hi. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What a privilege this is to be at this special launch.
Yeah, I mean, you've just literally flown back from the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Why have you come straight here? What is so important about Lotus that you just had to be here tonight?
The history, the present and the future. For me, you know, I used to watch Formula One back in the early 80s. Ayrton Senna's first victory was in a Lotus. The first sports car that I wanted was a Lotus Elise back in 1997. I drive a Lotus, and I have two on order.
Yeah, so we heard this. Obviously, you drove the Emira and then bought it, and then you have the Avaya, obviously, which is due to be coming as well. And but what is it specifically about Lotus cars that, you know, draws you in?
Well, first of all, I think that's probably why Matt's invited me tonight, because he thinks I'm going to buy one tonight.
First sale.
First sale, exactly. So that might be why. But no, I love how pure it is, and it's for the drivers. And guess what? I'm a driver.
No.
Yep. For a few years now, but no, I've loved Lotus from a very early age, and so did my father. So it's very special to me.
Well, we're so happy that you could, you know, come and join us for this very special occasion. In just a few minutes, we're going to be showing you the car, and of course, we're going to be sure, you know, as a long-standing Lotus fan, to get your reaction when you see it for the first time as well. So until then, let's just give a big round of applause to Jenson Button.
Lotus has been famous for its mid-engine sports cars for many years now. And that layout always gives us a beautifully balanced proportion. The upper part of the car sits perfectly between the wheels. The proportion is very beautiful. Every Lotus has been about adding lightness. And of course, really clever aerodynamics. The way that the air is taken through the car, not just over it, creates beautiful shapes. We've used all of these design principles, plus the fact that we don't have a traditional internal combustion engine, means it is unique. With Eletre, we've created the first Lotus SUV.
Designing the Eletre was really a journey of applying hypercar principles to an SUV. The cabin on the car is set forward to really give you a strong sense of the mid-engine proportion that everyone recognises Lotus for, and it gives you a really strong indication that this is an EV. The sculpture of the car is really dominated by the bold muscular fenders over the wheels that emphasise the power. The vehicle has a really planted stance. We've managed to achieve this by elongating the wheelbase and creating the effect of very, very short overhangs. We have one dynamic line that flows all the way from the sharp line at the front through the side of the car, culminating with a light blade at the rear of the car. The sculpture of the car is really defined by the idea of it being carved by air. It's very much where we've reduced material from the body, and it's visually sculpted away by the airflow moving around the car. The interior represents a bold, fresh statement for Lotus. It's a combination of performance meeting up with technical artistry to give us something unique. Dynamic lines divide the interior space, and they give us this really strong sense of precision and technology. The whole cabin has a very spacious, light, airy feeling, allowing you to really enjoy the drive. The ultra-thin wing profiles define the interior theme, and beneath that there's a ribbon of technology that runs across the car. The interior is driver-focused, and we are demonstrating our belief and conviction in the role of technology to truly make it a Lotus. Progressive, fully electric, a fantastic lifestyle product.
4 years ago, you know, when you launched the Vision 80, did you ever kind of imagine you'd be here now at this sort of moment in time?
Well, actually, I did, because I helped write the strategy. So right. we knew we were going to be here. But I have to say, the effort that's gone in and the hard work that's gone in for everybody at Lotus across the globe to get us to this point and delivering on time is the important thing.
Very much so. And obviously, Jensen, you know, you live in America. Kind of, what's the perception of Lotus over in the States?
A lot of love. I've got an Evora GT at the moment, and I get a lot of love. Yeah, they're going to go mad for this. They really are. And what I really love about it is you can tell they're all from the same family. You know, the Elettra, the Emira and the Evija. If you took the badge off, you would know they're all a Lotus. And then, you know, when they're in your very nice wide garage and they're all next to each other, that pleases you. Well, I'm sure my wife will be out in one of them. Probably this one more. I've got kids now, I'm a family man. So, yeah, it's perfect for the kids in the back. I mean, obviously now, you know, it's a British company that's, you know, going global and it's got this kind of global appeal. You must be proud of that achievement.
Yeah, I think you've seen through all the contributions tonight. We are one team. We're a global team and we need to be to take on this challenge that we've got in front of us. But it's very exciting and we all work very closely together. Oh, it's lovely. What a nice little note. Let's throw it back outside to Andy.
Well, that's it. I hope you have enjoyed the last hour as much as I have and as much as we have around here as well. I just want to take this opportunity to thank our brilliant cast, our amazing performers, and of course, our fantastic audience. I'm going to let you into a little secret. This show has been brought to you by over 300 people on site here at the BBC. We've had over 50 dancers, over 20 cars, and we thought, because the car is so special, we need to go the extra yard. So I hope you have appreciated the fruits of our labour. I'd like to tell you how to get more information on the Elettra as well. You can visit lotuscars.com or simply follow the socials, which is @Lotus, across all the different social media platforms. Now, I can tell you the big finish involves Julia and the crew racing up and saying goodbye.
Slightly out of breath, my goodness. Well, thank you so much to everybody involved for making the show here tonight. So to you guys here in the Helios, to you guys in the studio, to everyone who's watching and everyone involved, thank you so much for watching. Good night! Good night.